what's just been the mood like for the team this week? Did you all try to bounce back from that Notre Dame game?
We're looking forward to this game Saturday, right? So, yeah, we just had the mindset of what we need to do to win this next game. We've been going at each other this whole week. They are a very gritty team. They like to play mushmouth basketball. So we're definitely preparing for that. We've been going at each other, fighting, doing everything we can to get ready for this game.
Is there a benefit to getting a win against a good team before you all go into SEC play, just for a confidence boost or whatever you need?
I mean, a win always helps, so that's what we're looking for, and I think we're preparing very well for that.
Ohio State's pretty strong down on the front line. Has there been more of an emphasis of you big guys getting in there and battling with them this week?
Yes, toughness is definitely going to be a big part of this game, and Coach is emphasizing that. He says if you don't have any toughness, you will not play this game. He said it's okay because we have a lot more games to play, but this game, he's emphasizing toughness, and that's what we're going to have to bring to win this game.
What do you think of Liddell, E.J. Liddell?
He's another player that we have to play against, and we have to stop him.
What does he bring? You know what I mean? What challenge specifically does he present?
I mean, he's a tough player. He's very strong. He likes to post up the ball, so we have to find ways to execute on the defensive end and stop him from doing that.
You seem to really respond in that Duke game when you had the challenge against Powell. How much does it motivate you when you go against guys who are getting a lot of hype like that?
I like it. I mean, I take pride in my defense, so whoever coach decides to put me on, I'm going to try my best to stop them.
What did you think of the court storming the other day?
I mean, we're Kentucky. Everyone's going to do that. Every away game we go to, they're probably going to do that because we're Kentucky. Everyone wants to be Kentucky, so it's not a surprise to us.
How have you seen Xavier bounce back this week? Notre Dame played him a little differently than other teams. How has he kind of responded to making the next adjustment or whatever?
I mean, yeah, that was a surprise to him and the team. We didn't know that they were going to play us like that, but at the end of the day, like, he can't let that get to him mentally. He's been in the gym working. These past few days, he's been shooting the ball very well, actually, so he's definitely going to have a bounce back.
We always hear Coach Cal's definition of toughness. Where do you think you stand in terms of what he wants you to do in regard to toughness?
Toughness isn't about strength. I mean, it has somewhat to do with strength, but it's really mental. Like, if you want to go down there, if you want to fight somebody, you're going to fight them. Like, it has nothing to do with strength. And that's the mentality we have to have. We have to go in there knowing that they're going to punch us, but we need to punch back. And that's what type of mentality we're going in as.
I know you don't mean that literally, punch, of course.
Right.
But I'm wondering figuratively, what you mean by they're going to punch us, we have to punch back.
50-50 balls, we need to get all of them. Rebounds, offensively and defensively. We need to play defense. We need to be more consistent on the offensive end. We have to be more disciplined, stuff like that.
You guys had a series of games where you won comfortably. I'm wondering how much of a shock was it, if shock's probably overstated, to be in a possession-by-possession game at Notre Dame?
I mean, we didn't shoot the ball well. And I said this previously in other days that we need to get more consistent shooting the ball. We shot 2 for 19 from the 3. And that says a lot. So we got in the gym. We're shooting a lot. We're making shots. So now we have to find a way to transfer that over to gameplay.
This was supposed to be a really good three-point shooting team. How do team-wide slumps like that happen when you all have as many good shooters?
I mean, we're human. People have off days. We had an off day. Now we have to find a way to bounce back, and that's what we're going to do.
But you say that in practice, people are hitting shots.
You said.
Yeah.
So,
in practice,
yeah, people are
why
hitting
do you think
shots.
that's not transferring over to game time?
Coach always emphasizes ball in the air, feet in the air, so shooting game rep shots. Sometimes people want to wind it up and try to shoot their shot, but that's not how it's going to be in the game. So we've been working on, we've had a 5-minute shooting drill this whole week where we're just shooting the ball and we're shooting it at game level speed. So what we're doing to prepare for the next game.
Who's shooting well? You said guys are shooting well. Who?
I think everyone's shooting well. Davion's shooting well. Tata's shooting well. Xavier, like I said, he's bouncing back. He's shooting well. Kellen Grady, he's shooting well. So we have everyone shooting well. Oscar's shooting well. I think everyone's doing very well at shooting the ball right now. We just have to find a way, like I said, to transfer it over to Gary.
John asked you about Notre Dame backing off Xavier, giving him the shot. How does that play on the player's mind when the other team says, go ahead, shoot?
Right, I had a talk with Xavier after the game, and he said it messed him up mentally a little bit, but like I said, I told him that you can't focus on that, you need to focus on your consistency and your reps. He gets in the gym a lot, and the work will show. It's just a matter of when. So I told him just keep shooting, whatever. If another team is gonna play him like that, he's gonna knock down the next shots. He's gonna make plays for his teammates. He's gonna find a way to do it, and he's definitely, I believe in him, the team believes in him, and he's gonna do it.
You said you talked to him. Did you seek him out? Did he seek you out? I guess I'm wondering, maybe.
So after the game that night, when we got back, me and him actually went to the gym together to put up shots. And just after that, we just had a little talk about what we can do better and how certain things like this shouldn't affect us mentally because it's a long season.
How long were you guys in the gym that night?
A while. We were putting up a lot of shots on them.
I just wondered if it was a past midnight when you finished. Or...
Yeah, we finished around 1, 2 in the morning.
Oh, really?
Where does shot selection fit into how well the team's going to eventually be able to shoot?
Right, we have to, we got to get shots up, but it's a matter of which shots are good and what shots are bad. So definitely we have to find a way to defer good from bad shots. So in practice, we're working on how we can score the ball easily and how we have to score the ball in a more effective area. So that's what we've been working on. It's just part of the game. We have to figure out what's a good shot and what's a bad shot.
A lot of times during the game, you can hear Coach Coleman shouting at you. That's something new this year, to hear a voice other than Coach Cal during the course of the game. Has that affected the team any at all? And where do you think Coach Coleman fits into the scheme?
That doesn't affect us at all. We know our coaches are trying to do everything they can to help us win the basketball game. So if they're yelling at us, they're really just talking to us. It's just because it's loud, that's the only reason they're yelling. So we don't take that to heart. We take it as a way to better our skills.
This weekend practice, because you guys, like I talked about it, the shooting, just keep shooting, putting up shots, but also finding the chemistry together. Still so early in the season, how do you feel like that chemistry has continued to improve with more practice time, a little bit of downtime?
I said this before, but chemistry comes with time. So as we keep playing with each other, as we're practicing with each other, it's gonna come. We're still building chemistry, and in January, February, we're still gonna be building chemistry. So it's just an ongoing thing, but I think we'll be fine. After this loss, nobody got on each other. We stayed together as a whole. We just got back in the gym and we had to focus on what we need to do to win the next game.
The vets and patience displayed, it has to be displayed at this point. You have a loss like that on the road, first road loss. Patience is pretty important, I guess.
Yeah, patience is a big thing. Like I said, it's a long season, so we can't dwell on one loss. We dwelled on it for a good 24 hours, but after that, now we're focused on this next game. So we're doing everything we can this week to figure out how we can win this next game.
2 years ago, Cal was really concerned about Ohio State's physical play. What do you see out of Ohio State coming into this game?
They are a physical team, and coach has emphasized that in practice. This whole week, we've been physical with each other. We've been banging down low. We've been going at each other. We've been competing, and I think we're preparing very well for this physical game.
Is that an area of your team that may get overlooked? Everybody sees Oscar and how big he is, but other guys, no matter your size, can still be physical and rough it up with the guys in the paint.
100%. People think toughness is just strength, and I feel like it's a mentality, and everybody on this team has that mentality where they're gonna fight no matter what. And I feel like coming into this game, they think we're soft, and we're gonna show them from the jump that we're not soft.
Is that something you can coach at all, or is that something this team either has or it doesn't?
Yeah, you can't coach that. It's a mindset. You either have it or you don't.
Ty just mentioned that, I asked him, I said, I know you don't know everything about Cal's 11, 12 teams that he's had here. But Cal said after the Notre Dame game, this is unlike any team I've ever had. Do you have any idea what he might have meant by that?
No, I don't. I mean, he really likes this team. He says it all the time. Probably because after the game, nobody got on each other. We held each other. We just stick together. We stuck together, and I believe that's probably what he was talking about. How like we didn't get down on each other. We're sticking together, and even in the first practice back from that loss, we went at each other and we had a great practice. So maybe he was talking about that. I don't know.
Ty mentioned that this team, sometimes according to Cal, doesn't exude its swagger, its attitude. How do you do that when this team seems to be full of nice guys, but how do you flip the switch and just say, heck with that, we're going to come at you and knock you them out?
Yeah, Coach was talking about swagger all week, but that comes with confidence. You have to have confidence. You have to have poise in order to have swagger. So he just said on the court, just make sure you're confident. Like, just fall back on your training. And that's what we need to do because we spend countless hours in the gym working. So it's gonna show eventually. So he said, just stay confident, stay poised, and just have that swagger about you, where teams are gonna look at you and like see like, oh, like we're gonna be in a game.
Cal said 2 of 19 from deep was a fluke. I mean, you're in practice every day. You see how this team shoots in practice. Was that percentage just a fluke against Notre Dame?
100%. But it's easier said than done. Like obviously we got to show that it's a fluke. In practice this whole week, we've been working on game rep shots, and I feel like we've been making them. So I feel like this next game we're gonna definitely make shots. But I guess time will tell. We'll see what happens in the game. But I think we'll be very prepared for this next game, shooting wise.
Do you get excited about going to places and being the feature attraction in Madison Square Garden, especially after last year? Do you get to go to these places where, hey, we've got 15,000, 17,000 people back in the arena on a neutral site?
I mean, yeah, that's a good thing, right? But like, we're really always focused on the game and the game plan because we're really focused on what we need to do to win. Even though like we have all these people coming to our games, like they can do but so much. We're the ones on the court. We're the ones in those 4 lines, so we have to figure out a way to win. So that's what we're focused on, is winning games.
You mentioned the tie teams that lose normally do not get to the free throw line as much as the team that wins. How much of an aspect of that game needs to come out with you guys getting it inside and getting fouled and getting 2 charity shots?
Yeah, we've been, Coach has emphasized that, getting to the line, to not only just get to the line, but to get the other team in foul trouble. So we're definitely going to get the ball inside and try to get people in foul trouble. We're going to drive the ball strong, not weak. He always emphasizes that. So we're going to find ways to get to the line because those are free points, and we need free points. So in order to do that, we just have to play tough.
Ty said sometimes this team is almost like too selfless, like you overpass to some extent. Is that, how does that even come into play? I mean, you feel like normally Cal is saying an extra pass, you need 1 more pass, and then Ty said sometimes we do that too much. How do you sort of find that balance?
Yeah, Coach talked to us about that. Sometimes we're running plays and we're not looking to score off of certain cuts because we're looking to find somebody else. And this week, Coach has emphasized finding a way to score within the offense that we're running. So that's what we've been doing these past few days, is working on trying to score the ball more. And if you don't have a good shot, then find somebody else a good shot.
Was that odd for younger teams? And I know this is an older team, but for have younger players overpass and not be, because it's in high school, you know, it's easier to be a little bit more selfish. How does that happen, that transition where you overpass instead of, hey, I'm open and popping?
It just shows the type of players we have. We're not a selfish team at all. but sometimes we have to be selfish. If you have a good shot, you need to take it, because you don't know if you're going to get it later on in the possession. So it just shows the type of team we are. We're always going to look out for one another, and we're always going to we want everyone to eat on this team. And if somebody's eating and someone else isn't, they're still going to be happy for that person who's eating. So it just shows a lot about this team's character.